Yes, I'm standing here eating an Oreo cookie or 2 or 3. Mind your business. Don't worry about what I'm doing. Y'all, this Oreo cookie. There is nothing like the traditional Oreo cookie. That is so good. Why y'all all up in my business today? How am I gonna fix this cake and not eat an Oreo cookie? So having said that, yes, today we're doing the traditional Oreo cookie pound cake. Look, as a kid, I used to get so excited when my mom would buy these cookies, honey. Now, we didn't have them often. We used to eat them little butter cookies, maybe a ginger snap or 2. But Oreos, honey, we didn't eat them too often, so I got excited when my mama would come from the grocery store and have some Oreos. So I'm going to use in all about 2 cups of, I'm going to, chop up my little Oreos in my handy dandy Ninja, because I don't want the hunks of Oreos to be too large, because I don't want them to sink in my cake, okay? So we'll be using about, once they're all crushed up, be about 2 cups, okay? And then we have 3 cups of our Swans down cake flour. And I'm also using half teaspoon of baking powder. And we're going to add some Oreo cookies and cream pudding to our batter. And this is the larger box. So this is the 4.2 ounce box. Okay. So I have this, the pudding, the baking powder, and the 3 cups of flour. All of that is right here. Now when I added the pudding and the baking powder to my 3 cups, I sifted it and then I just poured it in here, okay? Now Swans down, it comes pre-sifted for you already in the box. And when you purchase this from the grocery store, it's already sifted for you. You really don't have to sift it again, but I'm used to sifting, so I always do that one more time. But you can just put everything, once you get the pudding and the baking powder, you can take a little whisk. You can just take a little whisk and mix it all up together if that's what you like, okay? Now, that's that. Then we have 3 cups of sugar. I have 5 large eggs that are room temperature, and I've already cracked them and they're here. And then, unlike the lemon Oreo cookie pound cake, the lemon cheesecake Oreo pound cake, yeah, I'm gonna put it up here, this cake right here. Unlike that one, I used cream cheese in it. Today I'm going to use some regular milk. Now, I use 2% milk because that's what we buy all the time. I don't purchase whole milk just to bake cakes with. We drink the 2% milk like in our cereal and anything else I cook with. So this is 2% milk, but you can use whole milk. That's perfectly fine. All right? It is also room temperature. Then I have my 3 sticks of unsalted butter. It is room temperature too. And then I'm also going to use just a little bit of my cream bouquet for my flavoring. And I say that it's a bakery in a bottle. To me, it's just, that's the only way I know how to describe it. I love it. Some people don't care for it, to each his own, but I love this stuff. So I'm probably going to use about a teaspoon of that. And then I'm going to use at least a tablespoon or more of my vanilla extract, okay? Let's see. I think that's it. If by chance I have forgotten something, it will be, the ingredients will be in the description box below the video. But I think that's everything. Oh, not quite. Not quite. And then we have 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Okay? And I think that's it for real this time. Alright? Of course, I've thoroughly washed my hands. Don't be in the kitchen with nasty hands, because that's just so nasty. Now I'm starting by adding my 3 sticks of unsalted butter to my mixing bowl. And to that, y'all see I'm trying to get all my butter off these little wrappers. Every bit of it. Okay, and to my butter, I'm also going to go in and add my 1/4 teaspoon of salt. That's right here. And then I'm also going to add my extracts. And I'm adding my extracts right now with the salt and butter. That way my extracts or flavorings get incorporated throughout the entire mixing process, and not just at the end when I add it, like with the milk. Okay? Alright. So I'm going to turn my mixer on, and I'm going to let that butter mix up just a little bit by itself. Get that really mixed up well. And then I'm going to slowly start adding my 3 cups of sugar. Okay? Now once I get that sugar added, I'm going to cream this butter and sugar for about 12 minutes. Now I'm going to have to stop and scrape down my bowl a couple of times, okay? So I'm going to cream for like 12 minutes. I do set me a timer, and then I just walk away and do something. I'm going to start with my cookies and get those all chopped up while I'm creaming. You can't rush this part of the mixing process because it's very, very important to baking your cake. Now, if you do rush it, you're going to mess up your cake. It's going to be dense. It can fall. It can be heavy. You don't want all of that. Okay, honey, butter costs too much to be messing up a cake and wasting ingredients. Everything costs too much right now to be wasting ingredients mixing up a cake, okay? Not to have your cake turn out pretty, because we want pretty cakes. Now, when you mess up a cake, you can always save that batter and do some cake pops, or, you know, you can do something else with it. But if you're trying to fix a cake, you want your cake, okay? Don't rush it. Cream. And then I'm going to stop and show you what it should look like, because it should be light and fluffy. You don't want to hear those sugar crystals mixing around in the bottom of your bowl. So take your time and do it right. And if your bowl doesn't have, if your mixer doesn't have like a built-in scraper where it scrapes for you, you need to make sure you stop. Scrape down that bowl, because what you'll notice is that your butter and sugar is going to start accumulating on the sides of your bowl, which means if it's up here, it's not down in your bowl, and it's not getting properly mixed up. Okay, you listening? You listening? Okay, so we're going to get to mixing and then add the sugar, get it cream, and then I'm going to stop. I'm going to come back and I'm going to show you exactly what light and fluffy should look like. Okay, 12 minutes later, we have arrived to light and fluffy. And that's exactly what we want. You'll notice that it's even gotten lighter in color. It's not as yellow as it was. So it's more of that, I guess, that pale yellow look. And while I was creaming, I was able to get my Oreo cookies done. So like I said, just find something else to do while you're creaming your butter and your sugar. My Oreos are ready, and I did use 20 Oreos. So 20 Oreos gives me about 2 cups. You guys see that? So if you don't want quite that much, then maybe do about 15 Oreos. About 15. But I did 20. Okay. So now it's time to start adding our eggs one at a time. Now I did fail to mention, when I cream my butter and sugar, I cream that on high. So my mixer is usually set on like 9 to cream the butter and the sugar. Now that I'm going to start doing my eggs, I usually turn it down a little bit. When I start adding my eggs, I usually turn it down maybe to about 7. Maybe about 7, okay? When I start adding my eggs, I add them one at a time, and then when you add them, you mix just a few seconds, just long enough for that yolk to disappear. That only takes a few seconds, maybe about 8 to 10 seconds for that yolk to disappear. Sometimes when I'm adding my eggs, 2 eggs want to jump in. No worries, that's perfectly fine. If that happens to you too, then just mix a few seconds longer, because now you're incorporating 2 eggs as opposed to 1. So don't, not a big deal. Don't panic about it. But I'm going to add them one at a time, and then once I've gotten them mixed in, then we're going to start adding our wet and dry ingredients, and we're going to alternate. You always start with your wet lies, fabrications, and untruths. You always start with your dry. Always start with your dry ingredients, which is your cake flour, and in this case it's my pudding, and then I also have that baking powder in here. So you start with your dry ingredients, and then we're doing milk today, so we actually have something to alternate it with. So we're going to be alternating with this milk. Start with dry, end with dry, okay? And we're just going to alternate back and forth. Now, right before I add the last little bit of flour, I'm going to go on and add at least 1.5 cups of my cookies as well. I'm not going to fold those in by hand. They should be fine. So you'll see me add those, and then the last little bit of flour, okay? I'm not going to show you this entire alternating process going back and forth. Just know I started with my dry, and you'll see me add the flour in the beginning, and then when I add some milk, that kind of gives you an idea of how long I wait before, while I'm alternating the flour and the milk. I hope that makes sense, okay? So let's get started with these eggs and get this cake mixed up, because it's almost time to bake. My oven is preheating, or it's already ready. It's preheated to 325 degrees, so it's ready. just gonna stir just a little more, making sure everything is incorporated good. And I'm going up under the bottom as well, getting those sides. Okay. And in the meantime, I have thoroughly sprayed my cake pan with Baker's Joy. See that? Yeah. You can see that a little bit. You guys see all of those beautiful chocolate cookie pieces, the Oreo cookie pieces. Okay, now we're trying to get our batter as level as possible, so we won't have a warp-sided cake. And I'm not going to tap it under the bottom this time. We're just going to shake, shake, shake. And I'm not tapping it because I don't want to encourage the cookies to sink. You guys see that batter? Okay. 325. I bake my cakes in the middle of my oven, so I adjust my racks to where one is in the middle. And that's where I bake my cakes. I'm going to set my timer for about 1 hour and 10 minutes because I will certainly be smelling all of this delicious goodness by then. And then if it's ready to come out, we'll take it out. If I need more time, then we'll add more time. And let's go on and make the glaze real quick while the cake is in the oven. Now, I normally don't measure as it pertains to my glaze, but to try to give you guys something, let's start with about 2 cups of powdered sugar. And y'all, I'm going to be mindful. Don't be over here doing all this bumping with that cake in the oven. Y'all know the deal. Don't be doing all that bumping. You done made the cake fall before it can even start to rise. And to my powdered sugar, I'm going to add just a little drop of my cream bouquet. And then I'm going to add just a little drop. No, I'm telling a story. You tell the story. You're going to add more than a drop. I think I want to do my clear vanilla. Yeah, I want to do some clear vanilla so it won't, I know it's going to turn my glaze, it won't be as white once I add those cookies, but anywho, I'm going to do about a teaspoon of my clear, it's clear vanilla, okay? Alright, now, for those of you who I keep getting messages about my glaze is too runny. It's because you're adding too much liquid. Okay? Let me see how much it is because I'm trying to help y'all. Okay, that's not quite 2 cups. Because I'm really trying to give you guys some measurements. Let me see. Let me make it exactly 2 cups. And then that way, for those of you who continue to struggle with making your glaze and it's too thin. Okay. So that's 2 cups of powdered sugar. Let me start. I'm going to put, I guess that is That's not quite 1/4 cup. No, I'm telling a story. It is a 1/4 cup. That's a 1/4 cup of milk. Now let me pour this in here to see if that's going to be too much. And I don't think it is. I'm trying to give you guys measurements because there's actually a young lady, I cannot remember her name. She works with my husband. I want to say Bonnie. I'm not sure if that's right. If it's not, please forgive me. But that's what comes to my mind. Bonnie. But anywho, if I'm wrong, forgive me. But for those of you that struggle. Okay, so that's going to work. So that was 2 cups of powdered sugar. And that was about a 1/4. Maybe start with a little less than a 1/4 cup. Okay. Of milk. So you guys see that? That's going to be perfect. Now it's a little thick, but sometimes I like mine even thicker, but that's a ballpark for you guys that struggle. See, look. Okay? So, again, do 2 cups of powdered sugar and start with a little less than 1/4 cup of milk. Now don't fill it all the way up to the 1/4 line. Do a little less than that and then start there. That way at least it shouldn't be too runny. Okay? If you do that and it's too thick, then that means add just a smidget more of milk at a time, because otherwise you're going to make it too thick. Stories, you're going to make it too loose. Okay? When you add too much liquid, you're going to make it too loose. And then once you do the 2 cups and a little less than 1/4, again, if it's too thick, add a little bit more milk. If it seems to be not thick enough with the 2 cups and a little less than 1/4 milk, add some more powdered sugar. Okay? But you should be good. Okay? And I hope that helped somebody, because I know it's most of the time I just stand here and pour because I'm used to doing it, and I think you guys pour and you end up adding too much and it looked like milk with some little chunks in it because you've added too much liquid. Okay? Alright, so that's good. And what I'm going to do is, I think I'm going to wait and add my cookies. Because I think I do want some in the glaze a little bit this time. But anywho, glaze is ready. Cake just went in, so we have a whole another hour and a little over an hour for the cake to bake. Alright? So we'll be back once I'm taking this cake out. In the meantime, let me get my mess cleaned up. I can't stand a messy kitchen. Okay, we have been baking for about an hour and 15 minutes. So now we have to sit here and cool for about 10 minutes before we flip. Alright, we are flipping. I see cookies, cookies, cookies. Look at that. Pretty, pretty. So now we have to cool for a little while. I'm not in any hurry to glaze. And then we will be glazing in a little bit. Now before I add my cookies, I want to just start by doing just a little bit of the glaze first without the cookies. And then I'll just add some once I get my first layer on here. And now I want to add some of the Oreos to my glaze. add it to the cake. And adding the Oreos inside the glaze like this is going to really help them stick to the cake. Make it kind of like Oreo chunky. Now I'm just going to sprinkle a little more Oreos on the top. And of course, put some extra Oreos in the hole. Oreo cookie pound cake with the traditional Oreo cookies, and then Oreo cookie glaze with extra Oreo cookie glaze down in the hole. And don't forget the extra cookies.
What do you got? This looks like a moon cake.
It is.
Yeah, that's what it looks like, the moon. Because all the rocks all on the moon. Wait a minute. I know that smell. Wait a minute.
Wait a minute. Don't put your nose over here, honey. Something might drop out your nose. Go ahead now.
I know that smell. I know what those are.
Why is you so loud?
I'm loud. You're loud. You always act like you know me. You don't know me.
You get ooh wee. Hey.
That look real good. It's chocolate chips. That's not chocolate chips. I can see that. It's some chocolate chips.
Look, y'all. Y'all see it, look. Ooh. Open your mouth. Keep your little fingernail to yourself.
Oh, I know what this is now. Why you always gotta take that piece, Donna?
'Cause I can.
I want my own piece. I don't want yours. You can have your piece. I don't want yours. I want my own piece. Give me a small sauce and I want my own piece.
Oh, y'all, wait a minute, let me see the cake, girl.
I don't want yours. That's mine.
And don't you eat mine either while I'm showing. Well, mine need a little bigger piece, so.
What you mean you need a bigger piece of what?
So they can see the inside.
Oh, cut mine out. Cut mine out. Who piece is that? That's for Jackson. Who piece is that, though?
Yummy. Yummy. Look, y'all. Look, y'all. Do y'all see the inside good?
Hey, let me ask y'all a question.
Look. Listen, move now. Back up.
Ask them a question. I want y'all to see something. You see these cakes? Now just think of them as a wad of money. The same bills. Which wad would you want? She gonna cut me this right here. This is what my allowance look like.
You're doing a whole lot of complaining.
And this is what hers look like.
You're doing a whole lot of complaining.
My allowance, her allowance.
That's not mine, honey. I'm not getting it. I just wanted the little corner.
So what you gonna do with this?
You so selfish. You know what? Keep on here. You won't be taking nothing to work.
Okay, Donna, I'm sorry, man. Our allowance. I'm gonna eat a little
It don't
piece.
make no sense for nobody to be that greedy.
What kind is it, Donna? Tell me. Ooh. Wait a minute. It tastes like blueberries. It tastes like Oreos and blueberries.
Where do you get some blueberries from?
Don't you can tell me what my tongue tastes. You ain't in my mouth. It tastes like Oreos and blueberries. They got blueberries in here?
Oh no.
None.
Oh no.
I bit my tongue, so that made me throw everything off anyway.
Is it good? You don't know what kind it is yet?
Mm-hmm.
What kind?
I can taste.
Today.
I can taste Oreo.
Okay, that's all you need to be tasting then.
Oreo?
And I did this. I didn't put cheesecake, the cream cheese in this one. I did this one with milk. It's good, ain't it, babe?
I can't eat milk, baby. I'm lactose intolerant.
That's good, y'all. See how all my cookies didn't sink? Look. Open your mouth. Open wide. All the little cookies on the top.
That's good.
That's good. Okay. Alrighty then. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And I was just curious. That's why I did that one with the milk as opposed to the cream cheese.
I can't eat milk. Drink milk, Donna. I'm lactose intolerant.
Okay, well quit eating it then, babe.
No, this is cream cheese on this board.
It is not. It's milk. So quit eating it since you can't.
Well, prove it.
Listen, y'all. Listen, y'all. And you gonna stand there and eat 2 pieces of cake?
No, I'm not eating 2 pieces.
Anywho, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you've not subscribed, please consider doing so.
It's got the cookie crumb, the back of it.
The what, babe?
The cookie crumb back of it.
What you mean the cookie crumb back of it? The outside of it is kind of like a cookie?
Mm-hmm. It's good.
How can you stand there and just eat all that cake like that? That don't make sense. I'm just telling y'all, it does not make any sense that he is so absolutely doggone stingy.
This really is good. I gotta taste it better though.
What you mean you gotta taste it better? You can't taste it no more better than eating 2 pieces. No more better.
But they went too.
Oh, God. Where you go, baby? Oh, God. What is wrong with you? Oh, my goodness. If you watch. Oh,
you gotta use every weapon you have. You gotta use every weapon allotted to me. Come on, Donna. Come on, Donna. Come on.
Oh my god! And the fact that you were not gonna drop the salsa, you just gonna bite me.
I was protecting it.
Listen. Look, y'all, listen. Okay, the end. Because I cannot with this dude. I'm not gonna touch your salsa. Oh, you making my stomach hurt. Listen, y'all. We appreciate you guys so much for watching.
Hit the nosy.
If you're new to the channel, welcome. I don't know what to tell you. Listen, this. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me see, did I tell y'all everything I want to tell y'all about the cake? I think I did. He just messed me up. Oh, baby, what was the lady's name at work that you was, because I tried to remember her name when I was talking about the icing today, and I don't know if I said the right name.
Bonnie.
Did you say Bonnie? I think I said Bonnie. I think that's what I said.
Oh.
Because I was telling her how to do the icing.
By the way,
not the icing, the glaze.
I'm gonna give a shout out to what's that friend name?
Oh,
I'm gonna sing.
Oh, to Carlton. Oh, listen, we getting ready to go because you're making a mess. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. We already look forward to you joining
Now, there's
us.
no way I dropped that.
And you did. They saw. Y'all saw him. They gonna tell me in the comments, Miss Donna. He dropped some cake. Thank you. I know y'all gonna tip. Thank you guys so much for watching. We already look forward to you joining us again next time. Bye.
I didn't drop it.
Oh, you did. You did.
Well, Donna, how did I drop that up there? I wasn't even up there. I never.
I don't even aware. Ain't okay.
Oh, you can see now. Though. You about to take
I
them
see that.
X-ray visions and turn your high beams on, and you can
Y'all
see.
see talking about my glasses.
I'll
again.
protect you.
You cut. That's all right. Like I said, you keep saving your coins, so you can pay for some LASIK eye surgery for me since you wants to keep picking.
Let me try your glasses on. Let me see the people if I wore glasses.
Bye, y'all.
If I wore
Bye.